this might be the equivalent of having a garden gnome peeing into your pool. Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Pokémon Colosseum. Last episode, we have finally obtained the final member of our team, all while finishing the 4 Cypher Admin rematch battles that we had to do to get farther into the relageam tower. This episode, we're going to be battling more trainers. We're going to be clearing out this last little hub area before we go and battle the true terror that awaits us. Well, how about a battle as an event to commemorate the opening? I will tell you guys there are no shadow Pokemon in the immediate area right now. There still are a few more that we got to get. A few more good ones, actually. It's a shame we get them so late in the game, but still, I'm going to say up until the final battle, if a Pokemon can be useful on your team... Ooh, okay, we need to switch out to Espeon. Espeon is not the Pokemon to have out for this battle. If a Pokemon is useful for your team, no matter how late you get it, it's worth it. It's worth it. I will say this, it's rumored that the final battle in this game is... It might be one of the harder final battles in Pokemon. Well, it is one of the harder final battles, but it might be the hardest. I don't know. That's debatable. That's very debatable, but in my opinion, it's definitely up there for one of the hardest battles in a Pokemon game. We'll do that again, and we're gonna go Fire Blast on the way. Oh, yay, Hyper Mode. I didn't miss this at all. I did not miss Hyper Mode at all. Get a nice little chunk of XP. That might actually do a bit of damage. Actually, no, it's not that bad. As you can see, Heracross's defenses are nothing to laugh at. Like, they are very, very fairly deep. Actually, let's go, yeah, let's go that way, because that's going to be a crit, which is 180 base power. Coming from that is, yeah, it's strong. It's very strong. And Shadow Rush really doesn't do a lot for recoil damage. And then this Flame Wheel should KO. But yeah, the objective this episode really is just to get this this Heracross as close, or hopefully I can just get it straight up purified this episode through all these battles here. Since you bothered to come, you may as well enjoy yourself. Ho ho ho! They told me this place will be attracting guests from all around the world. I can demonstrate my battling to all sorts of influential people. I can become famous worldwide. You're lucky. Before anyone, I'll show you how skilled I am at battling. All I'm going to say is the most skilled trainers in the game are the people at Pirate Colosseum that have a bunch of unevolved level 50 Pokemon that if they just evolved their Pokemon, they would literally be in the top tier of trainer in this entire region. Now the issue with Hyper Mode right here is I can't use items to heal in between battle, and as much as I just want to sweep through everyone, the main objective is to get that shadow meter down. So we're gonna take L's. We're probably gonna lose Heracross a couple of times just because I'm blunt and I'm gonna do stupid stuff. But that's what you come to know me for, doing stupid stuff. Ooh, yeah, that's gonna hurt. Ooh. You know what? Let's not be an idiot. Let's evolve. Let's become a better trainer and switch out our Pokemon. Always puts a smile on my face when I see Espeon looking back for my vote of confidence every time it does anything. See, like, ever since I put Espeon down at that second slot, he's been excelling. It's just when I had him at that top slot in Pirate Colosseum, he just wasn't feeling it. He didn't like it up there. He was nervous. He had stage fright or whatever. But now he's at the second slot, you know, he feels comfort. He feels stronger, more relaxed, more smooth with his actions. And that's what we're looking for out of our Pokemon. We want them all to feel comfortable, smooth, and relaxed. Big chunk of XP. See, that's what I love about fully evolved Pokemon, is seeing those big chunks of XP. You're not really going to see it a lot in Colosseum because it's all double battles, but whenever you get more than 1,000 experience and like you just like hear that bar sound just like when it actually starts getting like a little bit longer of a sound, just the serotonin or melatonin, whatever the soothing chemical in your head that just makes you relaxed, it just triggers. It triggers. Alright. Oh, you dashed my dream of fame. Yeah, I've done that quite a few times to a bunch of different people this series. What'll I do? I'll own my skills and position myself as a charismatic your team's straight though, so like you could do good things. Alright, let's heal up. Do I have any healing items? I have not been buying like any healing items, I realize. Alright, beautiful. Let's go over here. The builder of the tower has plans to raise big money by attracting the world's richest people. Oh, I completely just made up my own script there. But you need bait to get that attention of people, to get the attention of people like that. Something big and exciting. Yep, you guessed it. Shadow Pokemon battles. Now what he says here is somewhat true, but up to this point, you've only seen like what, 2 Shadow Pokemon? 3? Yeah, 3. And I mean, I guess if you missed any of the admins, they still have their Shadow Pokemon. Alright, so that Swellow is definitely public enemy #1. I'm gonna trust Heracross. I'm gonna see just how much I can expect out of Heracross, because sometimes you gotta put your Pokemon in positions where they have to perform and see what they're truly capable of. I'm never gonna know how good Heracross is if I always coddle it and just ooh. That's gonna one-hit Heracross if this doesn't KO. Okay, you know, I think that's fine though, because I think Espeon still outspeeds the Swellow. I don't know how, because Swellow is a speed demon, but yeah, okay, we're fine. We're fine. The one thing with Heracross you gotta be really careful about is that quad weakness to flying, because there's a lot of Pokemon that can just have a flying move and you're not expecting it and you get hit by it and it hurts. It hurts. Especially because now, like, probably the weakest move you're gonna get hit by is an aerial ace, and that's still 60, which would be 240 power. 240 from anything substantial is gonna one-hit you. Let's get that Psybeam going. Yeah, it's gonna be. Ooh, oh no. Oh my god, you freaking Giga Chad. Oh, this might KO though. I know it locked on last turn. I forgot who it locked on to though. Ah, that sucks, man. Heracross just got overheated and then Zap Cannon back to back. Oh, that is absolutely tragic. Let's go. We gotta go Typhlosion to get rid of that Magneton. That Ninetales is basically useless now because its special attack is, I believe it's halved when it goes down 2 stages. And special attack wasn't that good to begin with. Ninetales is one of those Pokemon that Gen 1 it was super strong because special was just one stat. But then when the split happened, special attack and special defense, it was obviously more of a special defensive Pokemon. It was more of a tank Pokemon. But it's fire types, you need that special attack stat. Nowadays, obviously, you can have a physical fire type, but you really can't roll with a defensive fire type like that. Just, it doesn't seem to work. Ninetales is one of my more favorite Pokemon, though. I will say that. Just design-wise, it's definitely up there. Do you get it now? Win or lose, battles attract people. Well, yeah, someone's got to win, someone's got to lose. I'm gonna be really freaking lazy here and just use a revive. Do I have a revive? Do I actually own? I own 2 revives. Ever since I want to say ever since I turned like 17 or 18, I say that's when I kind of really started understanding Pokemon and like how to not be bad at the game. So you're Wes, ex-member of Team Snag'em. I've been hoping I'd get a shot at battling you. Aw, fan. Let's see this high-level battling that everyone's been talking about. You see, I kind of just spam like 1 or 2 moves on every Pokemon and it works. But anyway, so yeah, about 17, 18, that's when I kind of, you know, developed a conscience of how to be a Pokemon trainer. And I don't really like using items in battles anymore. Like, there's times where I'll use an item, like if the enemy's using an item, or like, and I know in some, I don't like to bring up ROM hacks in legit Pokemon series, but actually let's go for that or Quagsire. That thing's gonna be a threat. But like some ROM hacks, you gotta do what you gotta do. Then they be really hard sometimes and really unfair. But is that no? That's gonna be normal effective because of the fighting type. Yeah. But no, I just really don't feel the need for items, especially like revives. Revives I feel are so cheap, and like if you use item, that could have been really bad. That actually still is really bad. I feel like if I leave Espeon out, Espeon goes down. I'm gonna, you know, I do stupid things. Let's chance it. Let's see what happens. But yeah, just like if you use revives, that's cool. That's fine. You can play the game however you want to play. I put restrictions on myself because I feel like Pokemon games, especially the newer ones, have gotten easier and easier and easier. And I don't know. I'm at the point in my life where I like challenge, where if I just steamroll through a game, it's not fun to me, I guess you could say. Let's go on you, and then we'll switch to Mantine. But yeah, I remember I was playing, I think it was X and Y, and I got my, what was it? I think were they for the 3DS? Yeah, they were for the 3DS. I got Omega Ruby, Pokemon Sun, and X and Y all at the same time because I didn't have a 3DS. I was kind of like out of the Nintendo scene for a little bit because I was addicted to the PS4 and stuff like that. So I got those 3 at the same time. I remember I played Omega Ruby first because I was like, well, out of the 3 games, it's the one I already know. It's a remake, so I might as well play it. That game was amazing. That game was absolutely amazing. That was one of the best remakes I ever played. And then I played X and Y. And oh my god, I'm gonna be honest. It was, ouch. It was cool. I liked Mega Evolution, but I already got a taste of that in Pokemon Omega Ruby. So I wasn't too like, oh my god, Mega Evolution's so cool. But I definitely I didn't like the hand holding. I think you had like 5 rivals too, but none of them were actually legit rivals. Like they were all just pushover trainers. I miss challenge in Pokemon games, and I think Scarlet and Violet did fine. Scarlet and Violet had a couple of tough battles, but the biggest challenge for me, and especially in Scarlet and Violet, was that I didn't know the exact order to do things, so I kind of just was like, alright, I'll do this when I do this. I ended up doing the... I'm going to cut back real quick and then I'll continue the story. Alright, we're back, and before I tell my story, let's go talk to this clerk right here. Hello, Mr. Clerk. Welcome. It's been a while, hasn't it? You don't recall who I am? It's me. We met quite a while ago in Phoenix City. It's the anime guy! Oh, it's you. My name is Rosso? Probably Roso, like a rose. I'm gonna call him Roso. My name is Roso. You may not remember me, but don't worry, I haven't forgotten you. You snagged my cool lava back then. Yeah, you remember now. Well, pal, today's the day. It's payback time. Anyway, so back to my story. I believe I was talking about... Shoot, where was I at? Pokemon XY. It was really super easy. Yeah, it was just really super easy, and it held your hand through the game. I really can't remember for the life of me if there was a point that I was getting at. And I feel really bad now. I guess I'll just continue with the story where I was at. So then I played Sun and Moon, and it tried something new, and I really appreciate that. Kind of like oh god. So Sun and Moon tried something new, and I really, really appreciated that, and I liked that a lot. However, I wish it was a little longer. I wish there was like a 5th island or something, because that game was split between, instead of 8 gyms, there was 4, I guess, like, island leaders, and then there was 4 boss battles or boss Pokemon. And the boss Pokemon were a really cool idea, but it's just like I felt like you could easily manipulate the fight and just steamroll through it, because it's one Pokemon. It's not going to cause you challenge. If you know what you're doing, you're going to do good. I wonder if Return does damage yet. I wonder if Espeon likes me again. Oh, I remember where I was talking about Scarlet and Violet. So I did the Ghost type gym leader, the one in the Ice City. That was the last thing I did before the Elite Four, and I just didn't know. I didn't go there, or for some reason I went the wrong way, and I went and did everything else. And I remember some of the enemy team battles, the little boss battles you had to do with them, those kind of stumped me for a bit. The gym leaders never really stumped me, and the Titan Pokemon. Actually, no, the Titan Pokemon, I steamrolled through almost every single one of them. Yeah, I don't think I really had a problem with any of them, so... I don't know what the point of that was, but yeah, that was my experience with Scarlet and Violet. I think Scarlet and Violet are fantastic games, though. Definitely a step in the right direction. I think Scarlet and Violet is kind of what a lot of people thought Arceus was going to be more like. Not saying anything bad about Arceus, so I think Pokemon Arceus is a fantastic game. And like an absolute masterpiece of a game. And just so you guys know, I did send out Typhlosion to spite this guy. Blast it! I can't lose again! Yeah, you just did, dude. It's okay. Oh, and he's gone. Alright, with the left side completed, let's go over to the right side. And I want to actually switch... Actually, no. I need to heal up, though. But yeah, I guess the point of my story is I wish Pokemon games would go, you know, go for a little more difficulty. I understand. Yeah, this guy's been sitting behind the door just waiting for us to come. Like, okay, dude. So what happens if we didn't come, or we go and lollygag and do something like, you know, go to Misty's grandma's house or grandfather's house. I know her name's Rui, but she's Misty in my eyes. Bodybuilder Givern. Loudra. Oh god, a Wigglytuff. I have PTSD with Wigglytuffs. I feel like that Loudred has Shadow Ball too. Like, I just feel it in my gut. Yeah, I really wish Pokemon games would go for more challenge in the games. I understand the game's made for kids, but franchises gotta understand, nowadays in gaming industry, like, I'm 26, and I'm playing a Pokemon game while recording it for YouTube. So, like, they gotta understand that there are now grown people who grew up loving these games, that still do love these games, that want to continue playing. And, like, I'm gonna play the new Pokemon games as they come out. Like, I'm not, like, unless it gets, like, horrifically bad, which it would have to take probably, like, 3 or 4 Pokemon games of just pure, you know, dog crap for me to even consider not playing Pokemon anymore. But I would like a challenge. Like, I remember when I first played Pokemon Black and White, and I think the whole campaign behind that was, we know our fan base is now a little bit older, a bunch of teenagers now, even some few young adults. We're gonna make a Pokemon game kind of more geared towards an older audience. And to this day, I will say Pokemon Black and White, and especially Black 2 and White 2, are probably... Ooh, we get Psychic. This is a power-up, and I'm going to get rid of Swift. You may be wondering why I'm not getting rid of Psybeam, but that's because we only have 10 uses of this. It makes me happy. Yeah, Pokemon Black 2, White 2, Black 2 and White 2 specifically, probably my favorite overall Pokemon game. Colosseum and XD are up there. They are very, very much up there, solidified. I almost want to group them together. I know they're different games, but, like, same region, same ideas, same premise. Part of me wants to group them together. Part of me wouldn't group. Like, if I was doing, like, an overall tier list, I wouldn't group them together, but definitely some of my favorite games right there in those two regions, and I liked what they did. Black 2 and White 2, like, they were easy battles, don't get me wrong, but there were some battles that kicked your butt. There was a certain Pokemon in particular that was illegal as hell that really kicked your butt unless you had, like, the perfect counter for it. I remember those were probably the regions where I actually felt like I evolved from, you know, idiotic Pokemon player that didn't really know what he was doing to actually making teams and learning Pokemon. Because I remember Black and White, what they did was they only put the Gen 5 Pokemon in the game. So it was like, hey, you guys got to learn everything again. There's no, like, oh, you can fall back on this Pokemon or that Pokemon or whatever. I wonder here, if we call Heracross, does it wake him up and take him out of Hyper Mode? Ooh, that's gonna be an interesting little experiment. Call, and we'll Flame Wheel you. Oh, look at that! 2 for 1. But yeah, I actually remember I built a team in Black. I think it was Black 2 and White 2. It might have been Black and White. I know Black and White I had to build a team. But I think Black 2 and White 2, that was like one of my favorite teams. Because I had a Darmanitan. I had a Ferrothorn. I probably had an Emboar. I feel like I had an Emboar. I was really, like, I don't know why I was so, like, a lot of people complain about the firefighting three generations in a row, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm the one who initially went with firefighting 3 generations in a row. Actually no, Ruby Sapphire I initially went with Mudkip, and then I eventually evolved into a Torchic fan. I love Mudkip too. Gen 4 has the best starters in my opinion. Best overall starters. Gen 1 starters are elite. Not even gonna get into that debate. They are elite, but Gen 4 probably is my favorite overall grouping of starters. We need to get out of dodge. We're actually getting pretty wrecked here. We're gonna Fire Blast on Mr. Swalot. God, that Fire Blast is such a... It's such a blessing for this Typhlosion because like you can get through the game with the Flame Wheel, but it's gonna just be so underwhelming against some of these tankier Pokemon. Alright, let's Thunderbolt, and we're just gonna Flame Wheel you because you're not gonna live through a Thunderbolt, that's for sure. Bada boom. I didn't make you dinner. I guess I smoked your pipe. That was too heavy for some light exercise before me. Jeez, where are you? What are you implying? Is that everyone? That is everyone. Oh, wow. Look at that. Time flies when you're just talking about Pokemon. Well, that is every trainer in this little area, and that is everything I wanted to do this episode. Heracross is sitting about a little more than halfway to purification, which is fine because I am going to tell you guys there's something we got to go back and do before we advance. Up ahead is where the game gets real serious, where it gets real hard. And our team is strong. Our team is very strong indeed. But I would like to show off one more thing. Potentially get a few more items that could be invaluable to us. And overall, just get a little bit stronger before we take on the final adventures. You guys will see what I'm talking about next episode. But until then, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch y'all next time.